Anyway, moving on. Samurai?
Okay, well, the season that I liked the most so far, the old seasons were good, but actually the one newer season that recently became my favorite was RPM. All right, it had a great storyline, great characters. They didn't derive from the storyline of a single character. Each character had their own specific storyline, and you actually fell for these characters. Well, Yellow Ranger, you probably give two craps about, but everyone else just had these solid backgrounds, and it was more. I think it was more towards an older audience because they did things in previous seasons that you would not see in a children's show. Like the first episode starts off in a war, a pre-apocalyptic war, where a soldier walks up to this general guy saying a whole platoon of soldiers from the Air Force died, and then he goes what would you like me to do now? Go shoot something. We're aiming this towards children?
If I may interject, there, as great a season as it was, I have two problems with it. Gold and silver.
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with the Gold and Silver Rangers?
They're stupid!
You're stupid.
I'm sorry,
No,
but
stupid.
I have to contradict you on that. Yes, they do get annoying, but you can't make fun of the golden cockacopter.
No, I have
Golden Cockcopter.
I have total respect for the golden cockacopter, but I hate the gold and silver rangers. They keep finishing each other's sentences in the most annoying of ways.
Yeah, they do that annoying twin thing, but I mean, everything else about the series was amazing. Great storyline, great action. One beef I would have about it is the fight scenes. They do the whole shaking the camera thing to the point where you can hardly see the fight at all, and it just hurts the eyes a little bit.
Oh, so they Tsubasa no AMV Pro it.
Pretty much.
Except, so they put a lot of flashes and shaking in.
Yeah, they did the Michael Bay thing. Shaking the camera! Oh, he's love that shit!
At least they didn't zoom right in on it like the fucking new Batman movie.
Yes, shake it more, now, add an explosion! Perfect!
Well, wait a minute. There are two things you'll know if it's a Michael Bay film. It has lots of explosions, and there are hot chicks minus a story.
That's every Michael Bay film!
Yeah, that's every Michael Bay film!
I'm letting you know how to tell if it's a movie.
Right, but, okay, so series I hate the most, excluding the current season, which we will get to later. The other season that I hate the most would have to be a tie between Wild Force and Operation Overdrive.
Now, why Wild Force? I can understand Operation Overdrive.
Yeah, why Wild Force? Because I thought it was pretty good. In fact, one of the better seasons.
I think our audience would like to know,
Why Wild Force?
Wild Force was the Captain Planet season, okay? No
Here we
one
go.
knew how to act. Storyline was I mean, characters were annoying. You didn't care about them at all.
Right.
Yes.
I want him dead if anyone can find him and kill him and bring his head to my doorstep, I will give you $500.
I can probably point out 3 things that contradict the entire Power Rangers universe past season tours that season that they've messed up. It was like pollution. Their idea was to pollute the world, and these are Captain Planet villains.
Make it uninhabitable for people, I guess? I'm not really sure where to go with that.
These are Captain Planet villains. I mean,
it would take it would take a fair amount of time in order to pollute the planet so much that nobody could live on it. Even then, I don't think that's what they were going for.
Exactly, because the Power Rangers would stop them every single time. Okay, and then there you go. You have to start all over again.
And you have to help the animals. They come first.
Oh yeah, because
People are
apparently
bastards.
the Red Ranger doesn't care about normal human beings. He cares about a little baby bunny that's not even being targeted.
Not true. That's incredibly wrong.
Sees episode 2. Or was it episode 1?
The entire season. He's a ranger. He fights to protect the Earth, not just one species.
I can point out 4 scenes in that entire season that point out him caring about the animals more than the humans.
Well, if he cared so much about the animals, why would he bother becoming a ranger?
Guys,
Just
All
sad,
right. Enough,
Guys,
enough bickering like married people.
Zero, it's your turn.
Let's see. Okay, well, my favorite season, while Wild Force is a close second, Dino Thunder's got to be my favorite season. Just the entire. Huh? Sorry.
I was gonna say you can't say Power Ranger Samurai yet. It hasn't finished.
No, and even when it does finish, it's probably not going to be my favorite. It's not that good, but Dino Thunder is just. I don't know what Disney did, but it just clicked. I guess they learned from what they did in Ninja Storm, because Ninja Storm isn't very story heavy, and it's really cheesy. It's really the cheesiest thing they've got. But then Dino Thunder comes along, and at first, the first thing that caught my eye was that Tommy was in it. I think he was the selling point for that. But once you get past the Tommies in it, it's a really friggin' good series. It's well written. It's got tons of action, really impressive fight scenes, characters that all got equal development, even though Connor's really bland. And the White Ranger decides to turn off all his acting ability when he goes to morph. But an awesome team up, 2-part team up episodes. Just great villains. Oh my God, Mesogog. One of the best Power Rangers villains ever. I have to
Probably
say.
ranked pretty high up there next to him.
Him and Zed need to fight at some point. Make it happen, Spawn. Make it happen. But and just really freaking good all around. Like the only missteps I can say for the series is that some of the filler episodes don't have they're just bad filler, and then the White Ranger stuff was way too long, even with filler episodes in there. And Tommy being stuck in the suit, they didn't do anything with it. I mean, the reason they did is because Jason David Frank had to go back, wanted to go visit his family at home, but they didn't do anything with him. They didn't bring up the fact that he couldn't go to the bathroom. It's probably as hard as hell for him to sleep in that thing, being stuck in a ranger suit because you're so powerful, or him getting sick about it or anything. They could have done that. They could have been he's getting sicker as every episode went on, and that he really needed to get demorphed, so it would have been more important, and it would have made more drama when he actually, I don't want to spoil it, but when he did demorph, what happens after that. But all in all, it's a great season. One more misstep I forgot. Mesogog's final form is stupid. It's a rubber monster with a silly.
They Godzilla that in.
A silly neck. It has a silly long neck, and that's about it. They tried to turn Mesogog into an actual dinosaur, and they failed. But other than that, it's a fantastic season. It's probably the best Disney one I've seen so far, and I've seen a couple.
One thing that bothered me with Mesogog is that when he really opened his mouth, when you really could see in there and stuff, you could see his human mouth, the guy's suit actor, his human mouth. I don't know, that kind of bothered me to an extent. If you see it just really open up, in a still or something, it just looks really weird. I mean, that's just me being picky, but I just thought.
Yeah. The thing is, though, it's not as bad because the guy who played Anton Mercer was in the suit. He did the suit, he did the voice, he did everything for that role. He played both Mesogog and Anton Mercer. So it was actually him in the suit. So if you see his mouth, it's not as bad as seeing a different actor's mouth, because it's actually him.
Yeah.
But that's really all I have to say about Dino Thunder. It's just a fantastic season, and if you haven't seen it, regardless if you're a fan of the old Mighty Morphin and stuff with Tommy in it or not, it's a season that has to be seen. It's just that good. For the thing is, we've already discussed how our least favorite season, Operation Overdrive, and I'm sure enough's been said already. So I'm going to talk about my most disappointing season instead. Lost Galaxy. Lost Galaxy was. I had so much hope for it because I saw Link Card's review on it, and he made it sound really good. Like, he made it sound like it was worth checking out, even though it's not the best season. So I did. I checked it out for a bit. I gave it about a third of the way, and I had to stop because I lost interest completely. I don't know what it is, but it's just, I don't know if it's not well written or what. Oh, you know what it is? They take too long to do everything. They took too long to try and get to the Lost Galaxy saga, which ironically is underwhelming. The Lights of Orion saga was too long. The villains, while the main villains are interesting, the lackeys, like the underlings, they're not so interesting. And it's just like they just took too long to get to all the good stuff. I mean, I know it's 40 episodes. Like an average Power Ranger season is 40 episodes, but when you take 5 episodes to get to the Megazord sequence, something that should be done within the first 3, kind of, especially since I think, I don't know, I haven't seen the Sentai, but I think you mentioned this before, Nathan, that in the Sentai, it only took them 2 episodes to get to the Megazord sequence, right?
Someone mentioned it wasn't me, but
Somebody mentioned that it only took them a couple episodes to get to the Megazord sequence. They took 5, so it's like, what were they trying to do with all that time? Like, it's just, and the animal thing, which is what Ginga Man is originally like an animal-based Sentai. In Wild Force, they're robot animals, so it makes a little more sense. But in Lost Galaxy, they're animals that turn into robots, so they can make the Megazord, and that's their excuse, so they can turn into robots. What? Yeah, Mom. What? But no. I don't get it. It was Lost Galaxy was a season I was looking forward to because it's technically, some people consider it the last Zordon era season, which it has references to it, but it's not. And I heard it was so good, and I was so disappointed that it just wasn't that good. It just took too long to do everything, and I know there's probably people who really like it and think it's one of the better seasons, but I'm sorry, I just didn't see it. But the theme song is kick-ass. I will say that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this is our opinion, and I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of people discussing on this, which is part of the Tokusatsu corner. We should get people discussing.
But that's my 2 cents on Lost Galaxy. It just was highly disappointing.